I'm not only shocked that I had to sit through a live-action Clifford movie in 2021, I'm mostly shocked by the fact that this movie wasn't really that bad. Now, the idea of a live-action Clifford movie is crazy one at best, mainly because there really is no need for one. The original Clifford series ended with a proper finale movie that tied up all the loose ends, acted as a proper ending, and offered itself as a perfect swan song performance for the voice of Clifford, John Ritter, who had sadly passed away when the movie came out. Sure, there was the Puppy Day spin-off and the unneeded reboot, but I feel the only people who wanted to see a live-action Clifford movie are the executives who wanted to make some extra money before the holidays. But with that being said, the movie was still fine enough. Sure, there are problems, but they're really minimal at best. First, let's talk about Clifford. The design is too uncanny while also being too realistic. I thought Paramount would learn that we don't want animals from animation being too realistic in live action. They could have done a hybrid of his cartoon design while also adding some realistic aspects like they did for the Sonic movie redesign. As for the uncanny part, I couldn't really believe they were actually interacting with the dog at times, and it felt too much like they were acting with nothing at points. As for the characters in the movie, aside from Clifford and Emily Elizabeth, every other character here is an original character. Now, while it would have been safe to bring characters from the cartoon to the real world, doing original characters could also work, as it could really open up the door to various moments and interactions, which does happen for the movie, but these characters are too forgettable after a bit, so there's that too. The only memorable original movie character here is Casey, and I honestly think that was an accident. His mix of humor and realism to a situation of a big red dog is honestly funny to me and makes him honestly the best part of the movie. Other actors are the best too. Emily's character was alright enough with a mix of hopeful optimism and genuine moments of sadness. Perhaps the most fun character not part of the main cast is Tony Hill's bad guy, whose name I already forgot, and just how he doesn't sleepwalk through it and adds his own blend of odd and menacing to what's essentially a cartoon villain brought to life. And his role essentially plays into the main plot of the movie, in which a bad guy wants to catch Clifford to study him, and a chase ensues. While a plot like this could have worked for a movie like Clifford, we've already seen these types of movies before, and for the most part, it can already be expected what can happen next. We could have had a movie about acceptance, maybe where Clifford becomes a nuisance in the neighborhood, feels bad and runs away, and becomes a trek to find him, thus bringing the themes of love and acceptance to the forefront. And you could have thrown in the scientist looking for him in the mix as well, because that plotline in the movie currently doesn't really fit well and really needed more motivation to exist, thus bringing in more justification to it being a chase movie. But what we have here is fine and really plays it safe. There are moments though where the characters would do and say stuff that was cringe as a way to sound cool and current year, but it just looked and sounded wrong coming from characters that in the books were meant to be timeless. Look, I don't really know why I'm going too hard for a review of Clifford the Big Red Dog. At the end of the day, the movie was wholesome at points, with good acting when it needed it, and a story that plays it safe. Are there moments where it was cringe? Sure, but it's brief, and it really won't ruin everything. Kids will love it, adults will find it alright, and diehard Clifford fans will look at it as a good enough adaptation. It's not bad, but it's definitely not the best adaptation out there. It's just good enough. Which, coming at a time where we're getting a CW Powerpuff Girls adaptation, I can accept this movie as is.